Cameron Landfield.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Nearly at the weekend here, but we got to get through this heat wave before we make it, and this is certainly a powerful one. Also, it's not so beautiful outside either. You'd hope that with this high heat, you'd also see some sunshine. That is not the case at the moment. Looking at our 4 cameras, look at that thick smoke everywhere right now. It is mostly, however, in the upper atmosphere. I'll show you the most recent ratings on our air quality index in just a moment here. But moving over from the cameras, I got to get into the warnings first because these are very important for today. Unfortunately, you actually can't see the most important of these warnings, but obviously there's a lot of orange and pink going on here. Those are both going to be heat related. So we've got a heat watch and then an excessive heat advisory. The pink is going to be the advisory, and that's the more intense of the two. Both of them are going to be reminding you, essentially, that if you're working outside for today, you got to be ready. It's very, very hot out there, and that is a good way to end up dehydrated. You can end up with some heat-related illness as well because of just how hot things are getting. Triple digits. Remember, just be ready if you're going to be outside, essentially. And then another thing you're going to have to be battling outside as well, like I was just talking about, the smoke. That's what this gray area is for. That's going to be an air quality advisory. And that's the air that you're breathing in, not just the stuff you're looking through. So that is going to be affecting your lungs. I'll show you the most recent updates, like I said, in just a second here. But be ready out in the higher elevations to be breathing in some very poor air if you're outside. Maybe just stay inside for the moment. Now, the most important of these warnings, can't see it right now, but in the southern Cascades, we are in a red flag warning, unfortunately, which means the likelihood of a fire starting is very high if there's any ignition sources. So please remember, don't be doing anything with sparks for today or moving forward until we get to next week. We'll actually see some rainfall, so please be careful. Now, this is our upper level smoke, and this is the model I'm showing off here. You'll see things do actually get a little bit better for the valley as we move forward through the day. Just the most immediate regions around Oak Ridge, where the most fires are going to be continuously seeing bad air quality for today. But it does stay pretty smoky no matter where you're at. It does, however, just improve slightly from our south winds in the upper atmosphere. And then heading later into tonight, we see a little bit of a wind shift. So this evening is likely going to get a bit worse. Tomorrow morning, pretty bad as well. Now, here is the satellite imagery of exactly what you're looking at there. This is the South Willamette Complex, and everything you're seeing here heading out is wildfire smoke. Includes right there as well. That's all pushing up towards Eugene at the moment, but it is mostly moving up through the more eastern areas at the moment. So that's good news. It's following the current model like I just showed you. So it should be getting a little bit better. Still not great, however. And speaking of not great, this is very, very concerning. What we're looking at right now is relative humidity. And anytime you get into the 20-30% area, you're in critical fire weather, especially with high heat. And as you can see down the entire valley, we're in those 30s. Oak Ridge, absolutely just terrible there at 18%. So again, those fire danger warnings, they might be a little bit behind at the moment because things are getting worse through the rest of the day. This is essentially extreme fire danger everywhere. It might not say it on the maps, but just act like it's that bad, really, wherever you're at for today, because that is very, very dry. We've got winds coming from the east, too. Now, finally, air quality index update here. Like I said, most of that smoke is in the upper atmosphere. So we're actually just teetering on moderate everywhere except for Oak Ridge, of course, where I would expect things to get a lot worse. I would expect everything to get a little bit closer to unhealthy for sensitive groups, but hopefully we don't get past that for today. And like I said, the fire danger readings currently are showing high everywhere except for Douglas County, where it's extreme, but just count on them being extreme everywhere. That relative humidity is really troubling. Moving into the expectations for today, almost breaking a record in Eugene likely. We might see a little bit cooler because of the smoke. We'll have to see, however. Roseburg likely going to be tying a record for today too at 104. Back in 1944 we saw that. 7-day forecast will show you 71 degrees for the coast today. Like I said, rainfall comes up Tuesday, Wednesday. Things look a lot more average as we get into Sunday. Umpqua Basin at 104 for today. Down to 89 by Sunday again. Tuesday, Wednesday getting wet. Cascade passes red flag warning out there. Smoky and 87 degrees. Unfortunately, Might be some thunder for tomorrow. Hopefully we don't see dry lightning. 70 forecast in Willamette Valley, looking at 102 for today, back into the 80s Sunday.